Well, we're going to move on to our second album review of the episode. And we're taking it to the UK now. We're going to be reviewing Little Simz' new album, Lotus. It is her 6th studio album. It comes in the midst of quite a career run for her since about 2019. Obviously, Grey Area, 2021, Simbi, 2022, No Thank You. Took a little bit of a break and now she's back with Lotus. But this is an album shrouded in controversy due to her legal battles with her former producer and former best friend, Inflo, who she's taken to court over £1.7 million in alleged unpaid loans that Inflo allegedly used to fund the shows for Salt back in late 2023, early 2024. Simz actually had this album, or a version of this album, produced solely by Inflo, done. And then this kind of deterioration of their relationship happens and she basically just tore it up and started again with new producers. Namely Miles Clinton James, who works a lot with the jazz band Kokoroko.
Okay.
Yeah. So, completely new sound, completely new attitude, and she's obviously reading off what is quite a traumatic time for her. This is someone she grew up with and who was essentially stolen from her, right? Crook. Alleged crook, but shit. I ain't saying it. He's a crook. But yeah, this is an album that is very emotional. It's very emotionally charged for obvious reasons. It features Sampha, Obongjayar, Moonchild Sanelly, Moses Sumney, Lydia Kitto from Jungle, Michael Kiwanuka, Wretch 3-2, Cashh, shout out to Cashh, Yussef Dayes and Yukimi from Little Dragon. So yeah, I mean, obviously she had to completely change her approach and she obviously explores her relationship and how she feels about Inflo throughout the album and just the kind of seismic shift in her life emotionally and professionally that took on her. And you can kind of hear it on the record as well. I mean, there was a review from The Guardian that said that this album sounds like a breakup record in a lot of ways. And yeah, I couldn't agree more. But it starts off strong. It starts off essentially with Thief, a complete dressing down of Inflo and
crazy,
and kind of what went down and all that as well. So yeah, boys.
She said, "I feel sorry for your wife."
She said, "I feel clear yourself."
Bro, you know when I heard that?
Crook by association.
Crazy.
Wow, I wasn't ready for that bit there.
Crazy.
And she gave a date. I don't know what the date meant, but I remember she said a specific date.
Yeah, she did. But yeah, it's incendiary. It's visceral. I mean, it's clearly a release of like what has been pent up for an uncertain amount of time. But boys, what do we think, man? What do you think of Lotus?
Honestly,
yeah,
I love it, man.
Okay,
I love it, man, and I think it feels quite difficult to say that, man, and I think because like I listened to it the first time, and I was just like, nah. And this was when it dropped. It took me a while to get to it, but maybe like 3 weeks after it dropped, I listened to it. I was like, nah. And then I went back to it maybe last week or the week before, and it started to grow on me a bit. And then I listened to it a final time today, and it kind of confirms that, yeah, it's got some good songs on it, but nah, I don't think I was feeling it though. And I was wondering like why. I think it might be because of the run that she's been on. And I think because of maybe what I'm used to hearing from her, I might have had some preconceived expectation of what this was supposed to sound like or what it was going to sound like or what I wanted from her. And I don't necessarily know if that's fair to her. So if I was going to park that and just like focus on the music in itself, I think it's no different from a lot of what she's already released, which could be a good or a bad thing, to be honest with you. Maybe I would have liked for her to go somewhere else sonically because it feels very much in line with what she's been doing with Inflo, which isn't even necessarily a bad thing. But I don't know, man, I just felt at times I got a bit bored. It felt quite samey in moments. I felt like her flow was a bit monotonous at points as well. And yeah, man, I think I kind of just got from Simz what I had from Simz. So it didn't feel fresh. I can definitely appreciate it from the perspective of she already had an album, it was scrapped, and then she had to kind of start from scratch with another producer in that. And I don't know if she'd worked with this producer before. So it could be a case of finding new chemistry, finding her feet, and maybe that needing to grow. So I can definitely appreciate it from that perspective. But I don't know if I was just going to judge it by track for track. I don't know, man. There were songs that I really enjoyed. But I don't know. I don't think it was an album that I loved, though. Like, I thought it was a strong start with Thief. And then I felt like, maybe like, I think into Flood and into Young, it kind of tailed off a bit. And then it picked back up at Only, and then Free, and then Peace, and then Hollow, and then Lion. So I think track by track, I actually liked a lot of the songs, but I think as a complete body of work, I don't know, man, it just kind of felt like something was missing for me. I don't know what it was. I did feel quite bored towards the end. And I don't know if that's to do with the tempo. I don't know if it was the tempo. I don't know if it was the sound. I don't know what it was. But yeah, man, I was just kind of left feeling like, I might have wanted a bit more from her. And I could be being harsh. I'm open to being harsh. But yeah, I don't know, man. It just didn't really do much for me. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I think I enjoyed the content on songs like Free, for example, and I loved how she used the hook and the sample as an instrument. I really enjoyed it. I love when rappers do that, but I really enjoyed that. Even the tune with like Wretch and Cashh, like I loved the concept of that, because I don't think I've heard that before. You typically hear like you know, a male rapper, female rapper, love interest,
relationship thing.
Yeah, but it was like a sibling thing there, and I really appreciated that. And I think Cashh, like, he's been on a run with like choruses in the last like couple of years. I think he's been doing really great. And yeah, man, I liked Lion, and I'm all over the place right now just as far as songs, because I'm not going in order. I really loved Lotus with my Kiwanuka and Yussef Dayes. I love it. Probably my favourite song on the album. I love that song. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what it is. I just weren't really blown away.
I hear you.
I hear you. I actually think that, well, first of all, I love this album. For me, it's my favourite UK album of the year. I actually think that she took a fair few risks on this album. If you think about a song like Young, which pretty much was universally hated because, you know, it was the kind of jumpy, kind of effervescent beat, and she's got this persona of like a young person, you know, just going about a vocal change and stuff like that, and just, it's not what we expect from Simz. But that in itself was a risk, sort of thing. And I understand if you don't like it, but it's the fact that she actually tried something new, sort of thing. So I appreciate that. I mean, Thief in itself as well, I don't think we've heard Simz ever like that. And obviously, no thank you. She was going through other stuff there as well. Like, you know, her manager at the time was teething from her as well. So you had a little bit of that anger there, but I feel like it reached a new plateau here. I don't think she has ever been as direct as she has been on Thief. Or just even like Hollow. That's like spoken word just sending for man. You know what I'm saying? You know, saying he has a God plump. You talk about God when you got a God complex, etc., sort of thing. So I actually feel like she took a lot more risks, maybe lyrically. Sonically, I mean, listen, she don't need Inflo, I don't think. To your point, it did feel like a continuation, but I feel like she's so comfortable in that sound, and it's hard to kind of pinpoint what that sound is. It is just like, it's UK hip hop, really and truly. That's what it is, and she's very like steeped in that, and has been.
It feels more. I don't know what it is, bro. I don't even know how to describe the sound that she created with Inflo. I don't know what the sound is, but I know when I hear it though, like, it feels British. It feels very, very British. But this, I don't know, man. It just felt like this could have been produced by Inflo.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's not to take away from the producer, but I don't know, man. Knowing that Inflo weren't going to be a part of this, I think I've expected something else completely. I didn't expect it to be a continuation of what we've really got from her catalogue.
To be honest though, I feel like even before the Inflo albums, this sounds fairly similar to what she was rapping on like A Curious Case, her first album, and Stillness in Wonderland. Stillness in Wonderland was a little bit more of a sister piece to Simbi as far as like how expansive and grand it was. But that in itself meant that she has a particular sound that she follows, and she has a line that she traces sonically, whoever the producer is. Because even before Inflo, she had a bunch of producers working for her, and they had a similar type of sound. So I think that's just what she is comfortable on, you know? Not to compare it to Kendrick or anything, but, you know, the kind of To Pimp a Butterfly sound, Untitled Unmastered sound, he kind of became like a poster child for that. Obviously, he's expanded a bit more since then, but I feel like it's a similar case with Simz. It's probably lasted a little bit longer, where she has a very particular sound. You have the kind of British sounding UK hip hop. It's got some Afrobeat in there. It's got some funk in there. It's got some jazz
soul.
in there. It's got some soul in there.
It's salt.
It's salt, yeah.
It's literally a salt sound.
Salt before salt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So there is that tapestry that I hear you about, but yeah, I feel like that's something that she enjoys, and I feel like the producers themselves, the fact that they were able to kind of recreate that for her, you know, salute to them.
I wouldn't want that though, man. I don't want that.
You don't want exactly.
I don't want. If like I'm getting an album from Jay, and let's just say, actually, let me not even use Jay. Any rapper, like say an album, like
Use Jay.
No, I don't want to use Jay because that's give me a rapper has like 3 hours produced by Primo, yeah. And then Pete Rock produces the next one. I don't want Pete Rock to do what Primo's been doing.
I agree.
I want something completely different.
You want Pete Rock?
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll just get Primo.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, and it felt like
I see.
you've given me Inflo. I don't want Inflo.
I want you.
I want you.
Okay.
And I listen to Coco Roco. Do you know what I'm saying? So I want
Sure you do.
you. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
Should I give? Are you?
No, I mean, no, I hear you, but again, I feel like she's obviously quite particular with her sound, and I feel like she's made so much success and made so much amazing music off that sound. I don't mind it so much, you know, and I feel the music still holds up, man. I think Young was a great concept. Only was great. Lydia Kitto feature, amazing. She don't need Cleo so either.
see what I'm saying though?
You don't.
But you know that song could have easily been Cleo's song.
It could have been. I hear that. I do hear that. But at the same time, I feel like Lydia was also, in and of herself, really good.
Her vocals were amazing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that higher octave was insane. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
So yeah,
I'd never heard of her before.
Yeah, she's dope, man.
Yeah.
Free. You know, the idea of like self-love and forgiving yourself, the kind of tender acoustic guitar causing the smooth drums and the bass, like it was just really like nice, you know. Hollow, obviously, very orchestral, the spoken word. Bro, she sent for him more on that than she did on Thief. It's crazy.
So raw on that song, by the way.
2, you know what I mean? Lion, that's my favourite tune, man. Fella vibes, maracas, percussion, you know, her and Obongjayar together. I mean, listen, they're just great, man. You know, what was the one on was it No Thank You? Point and Kill.
Point and Kill, yeah.
Point and Kill, dope. You know what I'm saying?
They have great chemistry.
On Sumney, yeah. Great chemistry. Yeah. Blood with Wretch, like
Best song of the album for me.
Best song? Yeah, I hear it. Like that's him at his conversational best. You know what I'm saying? Like talking and rapping.
So cold, bro.
He's sick at that. You know what I'm saying? The pianos, Cash's verse, they all catch like the poignancy of the kind of uncomfortable conversations, the uncomfortable reunions, the tensions that then subside because you lot are family ultimately at the end of the day. You're always going to be family and blood is thick in the water sort of thing. Lonely, like finding herself in the midst of heartbreak, you know what I'm saying? Like she even sounds like heartbroken for the most part on this album, and I actually I rate that. Like
what did she say?
It's raw.
I was lonely making the album till I realised all I need to do was get it through or something like that.
Yeah, man.
Which was cold to me, by the way.
You know, the tune with Kiwanuka. I mean, Kiwanuka, he's got one of the best voices in the game. Yussef Dayes did his thing as well. Yeah, man. There's just something about like angry, heartbroken Simz that just ascends to another level for me. And I just feel like this can hold up with any rap album this year.
UK
wise, anywhere, I'd say.
I'm just
No, it's I really enjoyed it, man, and I find myself going back to it quite often, not just for Thief, but for the onlys, for the hollows, for the lonelies, you know what I mean, and even the last one with Sampha, amazing. So yeah, man, I really fuck with this album, man, and I really fuck with the idea and the fact that despite and in the midst of all of this madness in her life, she's still able to give us great art, you know? And if anything, like what's going on in her life has channeled this new level and this new stage for her. So
I mean, one thing I really respect about her, and this is something I'm always calling for from artists, is to reflect the times. And I feel like if we fast forward 10 years from now, I think we're going to be able to see what would have been happening around her around this time. And that's what we want from our artists. Not just necessarily talking about what's happening in society or touching on themes that's very present within like our communities and society, but just talking about what's happening in her world. And that's what I like. I really appreciate that from artists. So if I don't take anything else from this, at least I know that, okay, cool, when she released Lotus, this is what she was going through, this is what was happening. And I love that about her, and I love that about artists that do that.
We're going to look back on this album as like a cornerstone, not just because, well, I mean, it's going to be mainly because of the kind of Inflo thing, but I think it's going to age greatly. I think it's going to age
I really hope
well.
they figure that out, though, because it's really sad, man. Like, it's not only like the breakup of a great rapper producer combination, but just even from like a sisterhood, brotherhood type thing as well, man. I imagine that to be very difficult to deal with, man. Like, so I really hope that they can figure it out in some capacity.
I hope her heart was warmed by the fact that show at all points was a shit show. I really hope she was warmed by it. I know she's active. I know she sees. I know she sees all the tweets. I know she sees all of it. So salute to Simz. Where would you? Mo?
So I had a convo with Yevy about this before we started the pod about the album, and I'm with Pete. I'm not. It's something that I don't know if it's me being harsh and judging on a great area of previous work, but it wasn't there for me. It was just, I felt like at the start of it, there was just a lot going on, like with production, with her voice, with her sounds. There was just so much going on. I'm the opposite to Pete. So Pete said that the album tailed off for you. Am I right, Pete?
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. Everything from Hollow onwards, I love in the album. Everything prior to Hollow, I'm not a fan of. And I feel like because I listened to the album, I want to say about 4 or 5 times. I feel like when you look at, once you get past Hollow, it seems like a lot of the production is a little bit stripped back. Not all of the songs, but it does seem like they made a conscious decision to strip back. So Lonely, I feel like it was stripped back. Blood was stripped back. Hollow itself was stripped back, as opposed to when you look at maybe a Free or a Thief, where the production is overbearing. And it could be just my preference in what I wanted listening to it. So the second half of the album's cold to me. The first half, I'll be real, I don't know why, it just was a tough listen. Like Thief, I understand what she's saying and I'm here for it. I'm never going to fault her for what she needs to speak about. If she feels like, well, not even feels like, if she's been through what she's been through, she's got every right to speak about it. And she's got every right to have malice out for whoever done it, no pun intended. But she's got every right to feel how she feels and say what she feels. I personally love that as well. I love when my rappers talk shit. Like, you might know how I feel about beef, so I'm here for it. Fuck that guy, whatever, I'm here for it. Just personally, I just felt like there was too much going on, especially with Thief, man. Like, I remember the first time I heard it, I think it took me like 5 minutes to finish the song because there was just so much in my head. Like, I was just like, the production's overbearing and she's rapping, and it wasn't there for me. So I think I could be judging her on her past work, which I understand is very harsh, but it reminds me of that conversation we had previously where it's like, do you still judge rappers off previous albums? And at the time I said, yeah. I said, if a rapper's giving me that, I'm always going to hold him to that because I know what he's capable of. So I'm keeping it very consistent to Simz, whereas I'm judging on previous albums that I've listened to and I've gone, it's faultless. This one, yeah, the first 4 or 5 songs, it just wasn't it for me. Like, it just wasn't it. Whereas once we go past Hollow and then we get to the one with her and Wretch and we get to the other features and we get to the ending, I love it. Like, honestly, I love the final 5 songs. Like, it's so cold to me. Like, I keep going back to it. The her and Wretch song, if we want to do this song of the year, quote unquote, it might be my favourite song of the UK sort of this year. I love that because I thought when I first heard Wretch's voice, I was like, oh, we're going to get some relationship thing here. Then quickly you're like, oh, wait, this is siblings. Like, he's telling me I went jail. She's telling me, well, I had to look after mum when you was in jail and mum was crying and you was out here doing road and dad went around. It's just, the parallels you feel when you listen to something like that is insane. Because I've heard those comments, not me personally, like I'm not here rubbing it, but like, I've heard those conversations, not in my household. I just mean generically, like you've heard conversations between siblings where one guy's doing this and then the sister has to look after the mum or even the younger brother, whoever it is in that situation. It's something we live with in the UK. So that song there to me is faultless. But the album in its totality, I'm a fan of the second half. I love the second half of the album. The first half, I don't know if it's a mix of just, I felt like there was just too much going on. I just wasn't a fan of the production. It just didn't resonate with me. And I might be being harsh, kind of to what you said, where you feel like you're being harsh because you're judging our previous work. I could be doing her very harsh, but it just didn't resonate with me. And honestly, until I got to Hollow, because I remember the first time I listened to it, we got to Hollow, and I was like, oh, rad, like, I like this. Then the next one came. I was like, no, wait, this is cold. So like, even when I've gone back to it today, I know what to expect. So I just went to the second half. I tried to listen to it again, but I just kept on looping the second half of the album. So the second half to me, faultless. The first half, and I told you this earlier, I'm just personally I don't resonate with it. I'm not a fan of it. But that's no knock to her. I might be judging her on a totem pole where it's unfortunate, but I know myself as a fan, and I do that with my artist. If my artist has given me a Good Kid, Mad City, and then they drop something, I'm not always going to compare it to Good Kid, Mad City, but I know what you're capable of. So it's unfortunate, but I just feel like it might be human nature in me to do that. But yeah, so with me, second half of the album's cold. The first half, it just didn't resonate with me, man. I just didn't like the production. I just felt like there was too much going on, just on a personal level. Like a song like Thief, I love it. Like I love the subject matter. I love the intensity in it. I love the intention in it. I just couldn't get over the production. I did not like
Overbearing.
it. Yeah, I just did not like the production in Thief. I didn't. I just wasn't a fan of it. I just felt like it was overbearing. I just felt like there was too much going on. But I love what she's saying. Like, Simz is one of the coldest rappers in the UK. She's never going to fail in that aspect. She's never going to fail in the rap aspect. I think the only thing that can let her down, and where we can disagree on this, is her production. I think her production is the only thing for me that can let her down as a fan where I'm listening to it. Because her bars are never going to let her down. Her melody's never going to let her down. Her hooks are never going to let her down. Double entendres ain't going to let her down. None of the basic... Pardon?
Sometimes the singing lets her down.
Yeah, of course. But I'm just saying in totality, to me as a fan, nothing she does will let me down. But her ears, sometimes I'm just like, I can't. And then I felt like that with FIFA. I was just like, I want to like it. And I'm not even just saying that. Like, I want to love the song Thief. I like that kind of stuff. I want to be there for that. I want to support you. And I understand what you're saying. I just can't get over the production. I just can't.
Do you, man, ever get bored of how a rapper sounds?
Talk about it. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Do
Okay.
you want to expand?
Yeah, I don't know if maybe that's where I'm at with Simz at the moment, man. I feel like because of how she sounds when she flows, like her voice is quite deep, which can bring down like the tempo of the song. And I think depending on I think beats have to be really perfect for her type of voice. So I think if you mix her voice with a track that sounds very like melancholic, I think it's quite dangerous territories. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think because of maybe where she's at, or where she was at when she was recording this, there was a lot on this album. Because I'm trying to figure out what was it about this album that maybe pulled me into a space of feeling like I was bored. And I think it might have been that. I think obviously she's obviously expressing how she feels about, the breakup with Inflo and that. And that's heavily themed throughout the project. So I'm wondering if, because of that mood, it's brought like the overall mood of the album down, which has gone with how her vocals sound, and maybe,
Which is interesting.
I understand. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting because I feel like, obviously we've heard sad albums, right? We've heard sad albums from our rappers, but it isn't necessarily the sadness of it or the emotion of it that makes it bad or makes it not gel with you in a way. So maybe it might be the vocals. It might be the vocals, or it might just be, to your point about like the vocals meeting the melancholic sounds. Maybe it was too much at once, as far as like it's not too emotional, but it's sadness on top of sadness, and it might be a bit much, which I get and I can understand it. And obviously, maybe to your point about it, maybe sounding a bit too samey or being sounding a bit too much like Inflo. Maybe that in itself as well kind of subconsciously did something for you. But no, man, I feel like it met the occasion. It met the occasion of what's going on, how she's feeling. And I feel like, obviously she's given us, since Grey Era, she's given us 3 amazing albums, So even if there's one album where you can say maybe she missed or it wasn't as good as the previous, she's allowed that.
That's what I was just about to say. It's not, you're not always going to shoot 100%, man. Like, not everyone's going to shoot 100%. Like, some people it's all right, man.
She ain't Steph.
Come on, you know what I mean, bro? Like, Michael Jordan shoots a less percentage than LeBron James. Does that make him a less player? No. Like, he's still Michael Jordan at the end of the day.
It wasn't necessary. Wildly.
Very unnecessary.
Not first.
You know what's funny? I don't even know if it's a true stat. Just
I see it's a lie now.
I'm looking for the track. You're
just like all these tweeters.
Yeah,
cool.
I see what you done there. But yeah, second half of the album, P, look at me. When I say second, bro, you think I'm joking? I love it, bro. And I'm so annoyed that the first half, I'm just not a fan of.
Which is interesting because some of the more up-tempo songs were in the first half.
Yeah,
obviously
but it's just
Flood.
Yeah, but it's
obviously you're never gonna like Young.
But it's just overbearing to me. Like, I think because you're overbearing, you give me overbearing and you give me stripped. I'm always going to take the stripped, like the kind of ones that you strip away from it to a certain degree, quote unquote. Young, I hate that song.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yo, look at me. No,
didn't
did you hear the
enjoy
word
that.
I said though? Like I'm not a fan. Even Thief, I really don't like it.
Oh, I love Thief.
I don't like Thief.
I love.
I don't like Thief.
I
I
don't.
don't like Thief. Do I like I like the rapping.
I love.
I will never fault the rapping. But like for example, I won't go play Thief like at your house, woman. I'm not gonna say, "Yay."
But that's the sort of production I love to hear around her. Like it felt
I see
quite
what
big.
So we
I love
disagree on
that.
that. Yeah,
I
that's
love
right.
that for Simz because of how her voice is. Yeah, I loved it.
What's your favorite song on the album? Sorry, you might want to say something.
Only, Free, Thief, Lotus.
Thief, Only, Lion, Blood, and Lotus. Actually, no. Lonely instead of Blood.
Should I say mine?
Yeah.
So I've got. Let me go to it here. I wrote it down. So I've got Hollow, Lion, Blood, and I've got Lonely.
Yeah, Hollow was cold, man.
What do you say?
Hollow was cold.
I enjoyed all of it.
Fam, Hollow was. That's where my movie started. That's literally where my
a good
movie
start.
started. Right? So I was like, yeah. Because when I heard Hollow, I remember me saying, like, if the reason why I know I liked it from then is because normally when I don't ever write down notes when I listen to an album. I never write down notes unless it's until the second or third listen. Normally the first time I just want to enjoy it, and then when we do a review, I go to the notes on the second or third listen because then I've got time to just let me just write down bars I like or whatever. First time I just want to seamlessly listen to it for the sake of listening. And I remember when Hollow came on, I listened to it, and then the next song came on, and I was like, by the time we got to the Wretch song, I remember while I was first listening, I made a note to go back and say from Hollow onwards, and I remember me doing that note, so I just know myself. I was just like, from Hollow onwards, I was like, yeah, this is cold, bro. Like cold. So, but Simz is always going to be Simz, man. Like,
Well, this is definitely the first time we're divided on our opinion on a Simz album.
yeah,
We've done nothing but sing her praises since.
still singing her praises though, but it's just like he likes the first half, I like the second half, you like the whole album.
No, I didn't like the first half. I think I said it picked up
Apologies,
from that track 4.
apologies. Oh, you're similar.
Similar thing.
Yeah. But she's still Simz, man. Still goated, man. Still one of the best we've ever had.
Yeah.
And if this is what she can do when she's heartbroken,
Fam.
she's channeling some real shit, man.
Yeah.
And go support her as
I
well,
hear it, man.
And for that, and for many other reasons, she's one of the goats, man.
And support her, man. She's one of the goats, bro.
Yeah, man.
Support her, man.
Well, salute to
We'll
Simz.
start buying music again too.
Salute to Simz.
Yeah, salute to Simz. Salute to Simz. Music's expensive,
Yeah,
but
let's buy music.
I'll be real. I'll support your spirit.
Support black art, man.